Come here. Welcome to the Famous Foxes Aftermath Show, live every Sunday on Leicester Fan TV. Come on, you Foxes.
Good morning, all you Foxes fans. How the devil are you? How's your day been? How's your weekend been? We got 3 points yesterday. That's all that matters, I think. Welcome to the original Leicester City Football Sunday morning show. I forgot my words. Already. You know what day it is? It's Sunday. It's 9:30 a.m. It's time for the Famous Foxes Aftermath Show, run by us fans in here for you fans out there. And you know what? Your opinion really matters. So get them comments in. Let's get going. It's kick-off time. Come on, you Foxes.
The City machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live, thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Pucker Pies, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Foxes Arms.
Want to watch more content like this? Hit the like button. Give us your views. Hit subscribe to Leicester Fan TV and make sure to follow Leicester Fan TV on all socials.
Here we are, lads and lasses. Welcome on here in the Holiday Inn Express next to the ground. I can't show you it because the sun's shining right through the window. It's too cold out there, so I thought I'd do it in here for you. But it was a huge 3 points yesterday, wasn't it? We needed that. We weren't at the races all the game, but we got the 3 points and we crossed the line. We needed them 3 points. It's 2 wins out of 2. It's 7 points from 9 games, which is good. Are you a glass half full or a glass half empty like I was the other week? Let's bring Reedy in. Reedy, hope you... Oh, come on, Reedy. Here he is. Good morning, Reedy. How are you, pal?
I'm good. How are you?
So, with 7 points from 9 games, 7 points from 3 games, are you a glass half full or a glass half empty? Are you optimistic, pessimistic? How are you feeling this morning?
I was one on the side of, I think I wouldn't say lucky to come out with a win, but I think after we conceded that first goal in really early in the second half, I thought this is not ending 2-1. But I think what you're going to say is we grinded the performance, we grinded the result, and if anything, fair play to the lads to get us still a 2-1 after all that time in the second half. So for me, I'm happy with the result. I'm happy with the performance. Even though it wasn't the best performance, we got stuck in, and we probably overall, I think we probably just deserved the result anyway.
Yeah, I was talking to Phil and Jono yesterday after the game, and I said to him that I don't think we fully deserved the 3 points. We probably just fractionally deserved it. But if Stoke had got an equaliser, I think they would have deserved a point. I know that sounds a bit arse about face, but I think a draw would have been a fair result because Stoke were the dominant side. I mean, in that first half, we played well. We're still playing that tippy-tappy football. Ricardo and Winch trying to play 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and then lose it. Ricardo, I'm surprised he didn't get taken off because he was losing the ball. In that first half, I think he gave the ball away 5 times. And it was so annoying. And then in the second half, I turned around and said to a mate that I was sitting next to, I said to him, whoever gets this 3rd goal, that's the most important goal. If it was us, we go on to win. If it's them, the pressure put on to us, and they look like more likely to score another goal than we did because we didn't have a shot on target in that second half, did we, Reader?
No, not that I can remember. No,
it was like not quite the Alamo, but it seemed like it. We had a couple of breakaways, but it was just this tippy-tappy football, and they keep saying it week in, week out, the goalkeeping, when they're taking goal kicks. I know the second half they decided to go long, about 20 minutes to go, but it's just annoying. They keep looking like they're going to lose it, trying to find this space. And I don't know how you feel about it, really, but to me, it's hard work watching them play that type of football. You'll have to read the comments out, really, because I can't see them. I know you're putting them up, but any interesting comments, you'll have to let me know.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I think Yeah, I will admit Ricardo Pereira had a bit of a stinker, especially in the first half. His passing was way off. I think the tippy-tappy football that you're talking about, I think that at times, I think it worked well. I actually thought we did play some good football at times yesterday. Don't get me wrong, there was still some mess-ups where we gave the ball away, but I think overall, I think it was one of the better passing performances we've seen. And it felt like we were in control at times in the first half. Not obviously the second half, but overall, I think, yeah, you're right. I think we were kind of, I wouldn't say lucky to get away with a win, but I think we had to grind the performance, and we've got to win these games somehow. Sometimes, and it can't always be perfect. I see a few comments, people saying morning or whatnot. Chris said, "Did I get to the game?" Yes, I did. I wasn't in Stoke at all, so don't worry about that. Gray says there's some crazy results yesterday. Cov being into walk away with it. Yeah, probably so.
So looking at the table, I mean, Coventry, yeah, I hate to say this, Coventry are looking like they're walking away with it at the minute. But we were back in 2 years ago, we were walking away with it, and then we got pulled back in. But Stoke in third place are only 3 points above us, and we're in 10th. That table is so tight, it really is. One more win, 4 more points from the next 2 games. We could see us back into the top 6 quite easily, depending on the results, of course. But the league is so tight. This is why I think this is probably the toughest league in Europe. I would have thought the Championship is probably one of the toughest leagues, and that's a second division league, and that's tougher than Spain. It's tougher than La Liga. It's tougher than France League, Ligue 1. So I think this is one of the toughest leagues to get out of. But it's so tight at the minute. I mean, Stoke are 10 points behind Coventry, but only 3 points ahead of us, and they're telling us to mind the gap. I'd more like it's more them mind the gap, I would have thought, Reader.
Well, yeah, and you've got to look at it. And I was looking after the game at the table and whatnot. And I was seeing the results we've got overall this season. We've had 6 wins, 6 draws, and only 4 losses. And I'd say on most seasons, at this stage of the season, you go, it's actually all right. And I think we always just kind of react to in the moment and go, we're not good at all. But it's because we've not had a run of wins at the moment where we have now. And you go, it's not been that bad. I think the only issue really at the moment is the fact that we've just got a bit too many draws when we probably should have got a few more points in them draws than we did, in my opinion. Again, Coventry at home probably should have got 2 points on there, a few extra points there. Middlesbrough, if you kept on that last second, you would have got 3 points. Even Wrexham, first half, we're all over him. We only got 1-0.
Fantastic.
So for me, like them draws are the only reason why we're that low in the table. But like you said, a few 4 points or even 6 points in the next 2 games, and then if this point deduction does come in, and apparently it's going to be 6 instead of 9, if we do get 2 more wins now, that already cancels out the 6 points we're going to get. So we're going to be basically in the same spot we are now if we get 2 more wins. So I'm not going to be that bothered about it. If we do, hopefully we can get 2 more wins, but I think a few comments as well are saying that I think the one big reason why we did keep the win yesterday was down to a Mr. Amir Begovic, which was awesome. And
he was man of the match, wasn't he? And it shows how dominant Stoke were when your keeper gets man of the match. I mean, I think it was just before they scored, so it was early doors. He made an absolutely blinding save. I think Luke Thomas made another mistake, but we'll gloss over Luke Thomas because he has one good game and then about 3 or 4 bad games. He made a fantastic save from them, and then he made a diving one-handed save, which would look like it was going in the top corner. And he came out and looked quite dominant with crosses as well, didn't he? Which we haven't had a keeper do that. I know Jacob does it, but not as much. But Begovic seems to command that box more, that 6-yard box, apart from the Middlesbrough goal. It seems to command that quite well.
Yeah, and obviously he is age 38, so I'm not going to say that he shouldn't be in goal, but like you said, coming out for crosses and whatnot, I think realistically, even when Solicic is back, there is a debate to be said because I'm not going to say that he's one big reason why we have won the last 2 games, but he's done very well and he's saved some big chances. So for me, do you keep him in if Solicic is back?
Since he's been in goal, we've got 7 points.
Yeah.
In 3 games, we've got 7 points. There was one big thing as well about yesterday's game. That was only our 6th win in the calendar year at home. Sixth win in the calendar year. And it was, I think it was the first win in 6 since August, I think, at Filbert Street. Bloody hell, Filbert Street, at King Power. And there was a few first of the season as well. Mr. Mavidivi and your stepdad, Dakar, scored as well, didn't you, Reader?
Yeah, and I was saying this while the game was played. The moment Daka scored, I went, do you know what? Other than Begovic having one of his best games for us, it was probably a really important game because both Mavididi and Daka both scored, and they both are very much lacking with confidence. So hopefully that can kick both on. And as much as we said that about Daka last year when he scored against West Ham, I think it was needed for both of them to try and go, right, we've got our first goal now. Hopefully we can kick on. And even Mavididi, as much as I've been very critical on him the last few weeks or even months, do you know what? Yesterday was the first day I actually thought he's actually doing what I want him to do, and that's actually being a winger. Actually, not just taking on his man, but going forward and being aggressive when it goes forward instead of kind of slumping around and getting the ball and then going, right, I'll give it to you now and whatnot. He actually went for it and he took his goal well. Fair play to him. Even Daka did, but I think that was one of the things that I took away from the game, thinking, right, Mavadidi's got his first goal. Hopefully he can kick on now, and even Daka, I know he's probably leaving at the end of the season, but Daka as well, we scored a decent goal.
It just shows though, Reedy, if you give service to a striker, get him in the right positions, and he scores the goals. I mean, I was there 355 days ago against West Ham when he scored the absolutely fantastic left-footed shot into the top corner. And then he scores another one.
Isn't that funny? The last time you were there, he scored, and then this time he scored.
Well, it wasn't the last time. I was there at the Man U game as well. But the last time he scored, I was actually at the game.
Yeah.
But then in the second half, he reverted to type, and he missed an absolute sitter. Well, he didn't miss it. It went through his bloody legs. It was an air shot. When Jordan James ran through and went to the byline and crossed it. We didn't do that yesterday enough. We didn't do that enough yesterday, going to the byline. But the one time we did, we went through. Jordan James, fantastic. I thought Jordan James was close to being man of the match yesterday as well for his constant running and his ball winning in the box to box as well. He went through Dakar, and it was where you used to sit, Reader. It was, you could see it. It was an air shot. It reverted back to type, unfortunately. If that had made it 3-1, it would have been absolutely fantastic. Game over. But I think the pressure got to him a little bit, and it could have killed the game off. But it was just, I don't know. One goal we'll have to see against Southampton, see if it carries on.
Yeah, I think the one comment I'm going to mention, it's only going to be a quick one because you don't really have to really talk about the referee much. But Nick here says Daka needs to stop falling. He says Daka needs to stop falling on the floor like he's been shot. I'd go out and say the opposite and say that the amount of times that he was being handled and forced down to the floor, it might have looked easy going down, but he did it about 8-9 times on him. Didn't get one, and then he eventually got given a foul for the same thing. And I'm like, you can't give that one.
In the 90th minute, he got the first foul right in front of us.
If you can get given that in the 90th minute, why have you not given the 5 of them? For me, I wouldn't say all of them exactly fouls, but there was a majority of times where they were just handling him. So why wouldn't you get a foul for it? But yeah, I don't think he had the best of games. But
I must agree that I think Daka does go over a bit easy. He's got no upper body strength, but also he's got no lower body strength as well sometimes. He does go over a bit too easily.
But Ayew does exactly the same thing.
The referee,
Ayew does exactly the same
referee thing. I think the refereeing was absolutely shocking yesterday.
You might
and I think a lot of the refereeing has been shocking. In the Championship, I think the refereeing has been shocking.
Yeah, like I say, I don't know how many yellow cards we had, quite a few. But it is what it is. Yeah, there you go. Again, even Begovic got one at the end because he was wasting time, apparently. Nick does say, he's too lightweight. He needs to man up and be more physical in the Championship. I think, like I said, Ayew does the exact same thing. He's not that strong. Yes, he can hold the ball up and kind of block people from getting it, but he goes down just as easy as Daka and he gets away with it and he gets fouls. So I'm unsure why Daka didn't get anything other than until the 90th minute. I think someone asked here regarding Skip. Aggie Frith here says, how do you think Skip played yesterday? And I would actually go out and said, I don't think, other than maybe Pereira, I don't think many people had the worst. I don't think people had a bad game. I think Skip had a decent game. I think
Skip had a decent game, but
go on.
Go on. No, you go first.
I was gonna say that I think Skip. Do you know why? If we normally play JJ in that kind of 8 role instead of the 10, he kind of played in that open free space where when he receives the ball, he's got space to run on. It felt like Skip had that role yesterday over JJ because obviously JJ was playing in the 10. So
I think Skip, the problem with Skip, he got that early booking, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then he couldn't get his tackles in. There was one where he knew he was going to go in for the tackle and he backed away. And a lot of people were going, why did you let? And then you have to explain to people, he's on a booking. I'd rather him not make a stupid tackle. At least he was thinking. At least we had 11 men on the park, and Cifuentes took Winks off and Skip off at the same, not at the same time, but they were both on yellows. I'd much prefer them both to be on the park, and we have 11 against 11. Luke Thomas took a booking yesterday as well, didn't he? That means he misses the Southampton game.
That's probably probably better for us. That's probably better for us.
Yeah, but how are we going to fill that gap for the Southampton game? Are we going to move Ricky P over there?
This is where I would actually go out and say I was surprised we didn't see a Luco yesterday because he was on the bench.
I thought that as well.
Because the moment he got that yellow card, he was getting ran around a bit yesterday after that yellow card, and I thought something's got to change here. I thought you've got to see a Luco now. I know the position of the game was very tense at that time, but you've got to see him at some point. And I think maybe now Luke Thomas is gone, and we've not got any Christiansen on Tuesday night. We probably might see a Luco.
What he might do is move Pereira over to the left-hand side, because he did do that a couple of weeks ago, didn't he? We put Pereira over to the left-hand side. Maybe Chowdhury goes in at fullback. Maybe a Luco comes in.
So.
A Coley, I'm not sure how a Coley is. Is he out? I didn't hear anything about him. I
think he's still injured. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, that's going to be the problem.
But this is where as much as it is Southampton, I honestly do think that it might be time for someone like a Luco to come in. People have been asking for academy players. He's been highly rated. I know he might not be as good as maybe we think he could be, but I think you've got to give him a chance. And now Luke Thomas is out. I think the Luco has to come in, and he was on the bench, so he's obviously ready for it because he wouldn't be on the bench otherwise. So,
see, what surprised me as well yesterday that Silko Thomas came on instead of Jeremy Monga. Now, Jeremy Monga did come on against Norwich as well. Is it a bit too much for him, asking him too much at the age of 16 to try and kill the game off, or is it worth bringing him on? And because the defenders, the Stoke defenders and the Norwich defenders were like blowing out their arse and they were knackered. Is it worth bringing them up? I don't know. I don't know how that works. Do they see something more in Silko Thomas than Jeremy Monga? Or it's just that he's not.
I think maybe had more of a defensive
battle.
I think maybe had a bit more of a defensive attribute on him. Again, he didn't want someone to always go forward, but maybe he wanted someone to be a bit more defensive, decided, but still be attacking when he needed to be. But again, overall, I don't really like look at it and think why wasn't he done. I think the only one I looked at and thought should have been subbed was Luke Thomas for either a Luco or Chowdhury, but I know Chowdhury came on in the end anyway. But someone said here that Mark King said he missed the Gadaka goal queuing up for a beer at half time. I feel sorry for you, mate.
Hold on a minute. Carry on, Rudy. Carry on.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark King said he missed the goal before queuing for half time. Hey, that's once in a blue moon. That is once in a blue moon. So I'm surprised you missed that one. Let's get a few more comments in.
That's all right. The cleaner got the wrong room. I'm not out of here till 11 o'clock. She thought I was going.
Patrick says Monga's been away with the under-17, so maybe, I don't know, maybe he was
No, he hasn't. Oh, yeah. No, they were at the World Cup, they were.
Oh, yeah.
Under-17 at the World Cup.
Nick says room service. You have a room service, Jamie?
Yeah. The cleaners thought they got the wrong room. They were coming in a bit early. I didn't get any service, just the room service.
But obviously, again, going forward, then obviously we've had 2 wins on the bounce with a few good performances yesterday for players. What are you looking at going into Tuesday night then? Because obviously, do you know what? As well, I was going to mention that Mark Watson here said JJ was brilliant. Do you know what? Most noticed as much. I know he was good yesterday, but I don't think he was noticed as much as he normally is. That I think he did like a Winks from 2 years ago, where he doesn't do anything special, but he just does what he needs to do.
Sometimes when you do the hard work and you don't get noticed, that's like Neil Lennon before your time. He used to do all the hard work and he hardly noticed, but he still used to do a job and get the job done. I think JJ's becoming that kind of person, a player that gets the job done and just gets on 90 minutes, gives all he's got for 90 minutes and does the job. And if he does all the hard donkey work, and it's what we need. That forward running. I noticed he changed when he bought Declan David and he dropped back and he was playing as the number 8, whatever you want to call it, because he doesn't work well for the number 10. But I actually seen in that first half, it seemed like he did work well as the number 10.
Yeah, I think he got some open space, and I think I will say that I think Skip was a big reason why he did look better in that 10 role, because I think you gave him a bit more access in there where he probably wouldn't before. So for me, I think actually there's a big reason why Skip was actually did quite well yesterday. Nick Moore just say here,
Skip's through ball to Fatwa was absolutely fantastic. It really was.
Yeah,
a good. Fatwa made a bit of a mess of it, but he managed to win it. Did a bit of a turn, played it through to Daka. But yes, Skip did well yesterday. He deserves to be in that team, and he looks like he's forming a bit of a partnership with Winks as well. I was a bit when Sumari came on, I thought, oh bloody hell, here we go. But we had to make that substitution. We had to make a couple of midfield substitutions, or else we'd have been down to 10 men, and you'd have lost him for, if it'd been a second yellow, you'd have lost him for the Southampton game as well. So I'd rather have had 11 men. I think he made the substitutions just about at the right time. They made no really influence in the game, but he made the substitutions, and it was a decent managerial man management, I should say, yesterday, which was brilliant. I know they didn't make a big difference, but I'd rather have, like I keep saying, I'd rather have 11 men on the park than I'd go down to 10 and it all goes pear-shaped once again.
Yeah, I agree. Tuesday night then, obviously Southampton we'll be talking more about it tomorrow, but Bobby Reid, do you think he starts on Tuesday night? I would probably say he does. I think you can rotate this team now going into the Tuesday night game, but I know you can't really change much of a winning team. But I think there's got to be some changes in there because you can't be playing them all again on Tuesday.
No, I think you'll start with Winks and Skip in midfield, but then do you play not drop Davey, rest Davey, because he was blowing out his arse. He was, because at one point he came over to the ball boy and asked him for his bottle of water to have a drink about 10 minutes before he went off. Even though he scored a great goal, yeah. Do you play Declan David Reid out on the wing? Do you play him as number 10? Do you drop
Mongo?
Do you play? I don't rate Mongo as a full 90-minute player just yet. More of an impact player, yes. Fantastic. Last 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, coming on, impact player, driving at them. Absolutely fantastic. Full 90 minutes, I'm not 100% sure in the full 90 minutes yet. I can't see there being many changes. I think Dackle's... Go on.
See, here's one from Neil. Fatawi was very poor yesterday. Do you know what? It's one of the one games I'd say that you didn't really notice him at all. So, yeah, at times I don't think he had the best of games, but I still wouldn't drop him. I think he's one that has to be in the team sheet no matter what, even if he does play bad.
Yeah, because he can give you that one magical moment, can't he? That brings out and he put it in the top corner. Normally, it's top corner of the stand, but nine times out of 10, it's top corner of the stand. But that one bit of moment that can make or break the game from Fatwa. But it might book his ideas up if he gets dropped. But there again, how you don't really want to change a winning team. But we've got 3 big games in a week. If you include yesterday's game, Stoke, Southampton, Sheffield United. 3 teams in red and white stripes. 3 teams that begin with S. It's a rarity, that is, and it's tough. It will be tough.
Yeah. Aggie Frith says, am I making the trip down to Southampton? I am this time. I am not missing this one. I'll be excited to see another 9-0.
But if you stay away from the games, we would. If you stay away from the away games, Reedy, we win.
I know. I'm just hoping for another 9-0 every time I go down there. So let's hope for the best. Jamie, before we go, are you thinking of... Obviously, we've got 6 more points up for grabs until Saturday. And obviously, we have been hearing that the point deduction will be coming or might not be coming this week. But if you get the next 2 wins now in the next 2 games, would you be happy with where you are with the point deduction being given it if it is 6 or even 9? I think you'd be in a lot better position if you can get them next 2 wins.
Yeah, with it hanging over our heads, like they say, so they say they're going to have. I think they're starting the meeting this week, aren't they? From tomorrow onwards, they're having a meeting about it and having a get together and see what happens. But if we can get the more points we get now, the better it is. Like you say, 2 wins. If we beat Southampton, we beat Sheffield United. Fair enough. That's another 6 points on the board. But then you have to keep looking. The longer it goes, the more points you've got on the board, the better it is for them minus. We get another, like I say, 6 points. Then we're back in the same position as what we are now. So, yes and no. I'll be disappointed with the points deduction. But if we get the wins now, we're back to where we are, the same situation. If they say, but I can't see it being until next year when they decide to announce it.
Apparently we're going to know what we get next week. I think the meeting's already been done. I think this is the
Is that what they say?
I think it is the announcement of what we're going to get next week. Yeah.
Wow.
So this is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
if you get the next 2 wins, and it is 6 points. So
I think we had the same conversation at the beginning of the season, Reedy, about do we want to start on a minus points or do we want to start, get a couple of wins and get them, get the points on the board and then get deducted. I mean, it's like Sheffield Wednesday. They had a minus 12 for going in administration and at least they had points on the board. So it doesn't look as bad. We get the points deduction, whatever it is, whether it's 3. But you've got to remember, it might not be a points deduction. It could be a points deduction, a big fine, or an embargo in transfers. Yeah. It could be all 3. It could be one of them. It won't be each one of them, but it could be one of them. If we get a transfer embargo, would that be worse than having a points deduction?
I think depending on what we do and in the fact of how we do it, because I think the team we've got now is all right, but it depends on how it will hit us. Again, if you get 6 points and then you don't get able to, and you can buy players, you might be able to get them 6 points back a lot easier. I don't know. Or if you lose the right to transfer, but you don't get any points, then you're probably going to have a bit more of a tired squad. So overall, by the end of the season, so I'm not too sure.
Yeah, so it's a tough one to cut until we actually get it. We can just discuss it until the cows go home, but until we actually get what the actual fine, deduction, embargo is going to be, we just can't. We're just guessing. We're just plucking things out the air at the minute, aren't we, pal? Really, we've got to try and concentrate on the football. Be positive. I think a lot of fans were positive yesterday because of the so-called movements at board level. I think that encouraged the fans. That I know it isn't the best movements, but we saw top growing a pair and decided to make movements. I think the crowd got that sort of helped the game a bit yesterday. There was no air of positivity there. Say again.
There was no Rudkin chance, was there?
No, I didn't hear anything, but it still sounded a bit quiet. The ground, the singing section next to me, yes, you can hear them. But Phil says you can't hear them. You're with Phil, aren't you? You stand behind Phil.
Yeah, you can't hear the Union FS.
You can't hear the singing section from there. Yeah, Phil said that as well. But I think once we get this deduction, whatever you want to call it, fine, embargo, once we get that out of the way, then we can start being more positive and get on and push. I think we need a bit of time to reset and that going up. If we were to go up, I think that'd be the worst possible thing ever, because I don't think we're ready to go up again at the minute. It'd be nice to get the money in, but I don't know. I'd rather have a couple of years, have the reset in here, maybe the year after, maybe next year, push and go up next year when we've had a chance to rebuild. But there was a more air of positivity around the ground yesterday from what I was hearing, earwigging on people's conversations, the people I spoke to, all the people I saw yesterday, Neil Birchnuff, John O'Towers. There was a few, sorry, I knew you knew me, but I didn't recognise you. Daz Woolley as well. AD, I saw, much appreciated coming to say hello. But there seemed to be more positivity from what I was seeing around the ground yesterday. I don't know whether you felt that really yesterday.
No, it did feel a bit more positive. And again, no, I didn't hear any rookie chance. So I think now we just push on. Again, you got 2 wins in a row. Hopefully we can go to Southampton and get another result. Even a draw wouldn't be the worst result against them because like Neil Birchall said himself, Southampton have scored 5 yesterday and have 3 wins in a row. So it will be a difficult game. But again, I think now you're starting to get a few wins on the belt. I think you could hopefully see a bit more positivity and hopefully go to games and feel like there's a bit more positivity around the grounds. But yeah, I think that's is that where we're going to end it, Jamie? Is he gone?
Yeah, the Wi-Fi's playing up.
There you go.
You still
got
me?
Jamie. Yeah, you end it. Oh, he's gone. There you go. He's gone. If he comes back, I'll give him the chance to say goodbye. Thank you for all coming on. Can we actually afford to stay in the championship? I don't think we can. I don't think we can. I think you've got to go up, even if it means we come straight back down again. In my opinion, unfortunately, plenty of empty seats. Bound to be quiet. Yeah, I actually saw there was quite a few empty seats yesterday. Incoming defeat at Southampton with a fraud manager. I don't know. I don't think Cifuentes ever played for managed Southampton, did he? I know I'm in SK1, no rocking chance there. No, fair enough. Appreciate everyone coming on. See if Jamie comes back in. If not, then we'll end it. Appreciate everyone coming on. As always, make sure to follow Leicester Fan TV on all socials. We will be live tomorrow with Phil talking about the game, previewing. I think we've got a Southampton fan on tomorrow night. So hopefully you can get a bit of insight on what they're doing. And that's it. Appreciate everyone coming on, and we'll see you all tomorrow. See you later.
The Leicester City machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live, thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Pucker Pies, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Fox's Arms.
Want to watch more content like this? Hit the like button. Give us your views. Hit subscribe to Leicester Fan TV and make sure to follow Leicester Fan TV on all socials.